Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Hope you're having a wonderful day here today. We're going to be taking a look at a light replay, but actually that's not why I chose this game. Although, I mean, I guess it's in a way half of it. But actually, one of my favorite Protoss players in this game, it is Ruin. I've said it for a couple of years now. Personally, for me, this is my favorite up-and-coming Protoss player. I think he's been showing better and better and better games. I think strategically he's really on point. So, and I feel like I haven't casted Ruin in a couple months at least, right? I don't think so. Maybe there was like one stuck in there somewhere, but I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Ruin lately. So I wanted to kind of check in and see what his games are looking like. He just played Light on the Ladder. So let's take a look at that. We're on Kickback, which is a little bit of a tough map for Terran. Generally, you end up running out of resources because of those low income bases. So that's a little bit painful. Yeah. We'll see what Light does to counteract that. I've been trying to think of ideas. For those of you who watch ArtosisCasts all the time and saw that Sulky Protoss for Zerg against Soma on Fighting Spirit, I want to say it was on. Was it on Fighting Spirit? Yeah, I think it was. Anyways, where he went like really low econ, like very kind of tempo-based, keep your army alive type of play with like low probe count. I was actually thinking about that in context of Kickback. Because again, if you don't know Kickback, it's like you have regular minerals and gas in your main, and then you have two bases basically inside your base that have 1,000 minerals per patch instead of 1,500 and 3,000 gas instead of 5,000. Now, the gas shortage doesn't affect Terran versus Protoss, but the mineral shortage surely does. Like, it turns out that not just in my games, but almost every single pro game I've casted, the normal timing pushes you do as Terran, you run out of resources. So you literally can't do any normal timing pushes on this map. I've seen a lot of cheese on this map now as the metagame evolves. For the Protoss side, it's very different, right? They can just kind of mass expand and run around, and you can't really kill them with the timing push because you run out of minerals, right? So it kind of superpowers Protoss and makes Terran a little bit hard to play. So I'm excited to see more games on Kickback from the top pros to see what they're doing to try to make up for this weakness on Kickback. So yeah, we'll see if Light has something planned out here. You know, he made it pretty deep into SSL this season, so I think he probably has decent ideas of what to do on the map. By the way, this is a Nexus before Goon. So that's a very fast Nexus, but it's not like a Nexus first. There's that first Goon getting started, so the first Goon is going to be like 30-ish seconds late compared to where it normally lines up. I don't think that's really going to matter because it looks like this is just going to be a very standard Vulture expansion coming out of Light. Yeah, 3 Marines, Vulture, send the SCV up to make the command center. So normal stuff, right? He's also going to scout Ruin last here. As he comes up, Ruin actually starts blocking with the probe a little bit. And the Dragoon pops out. So, and actually, when the Dragoon popped out here, that's just enough that there could be a second Dragoon on the map. That's just late enough. Right? First Goon pops between 309 and 312. And then second Goon, you know, obviously 32 seconds after that. So, a little bit difficult as far as knowing exactly what's going on, and that's why you see a bunker. If he knew this was the first Goon, which he would know if it was a close scout, as opposed to last scout, or like if it was a first scout for sure, he'd know. Second scout, it would be a little bit tricky. You might think there's a zealot or something, but yeah. So he started this bunker. He brings it up to 99%, and he's trying to figure this out still. But, like, if he knew that was the first Goon, he never would have even started it. So, anyways, a siege tank on the way. And he's decided to finish that as he runs in. And actually, he sees the robo. He sees range on the way. There's a Goon there. I'm not sure what triggered him to finish that bunker. I think it was just like he didn't have quite enough information. And if you don't have enough information, just finish it. Canceling for 75 minerals is going to make you feel smart sometimes, but completely like a moron anytime it makes you lose the game. All right, 2 gate obs here for Ruin, so pretty solid strat. And it looks like it'll be a very, very fast third command center from Light. And this is very popular for the map. I've seen this mostly with fast mine builds. Here, he got the SCV in and he saw the Robo, so he actually knows that there's no chance of Dark Templar anytime soon. So that's actually very, very useful for him. So, right, he doesn't need the mines. He doesn't need a missile turret quickly. He can just go ahead, make the bunker. He has 2 tanks, third on the way, with a bunker with 3 Marines. So, like, Light's basically invincible against the possible things Ruin can be doing right now. Armory on the way. And he'll probably throw down Academy, but, I mean, we could see eBay as well. Yeah, there's the Academy. eBay then will be a bit later here. So, you know, it kind of looks like a 3-base upgrade-ish Terran type of play. And it looks like he wants to mine out these minerals. I'm not actually sure why. It's kind of interesting. So third Nexus coming up is going to be a bit later than the command center. And this is going to be rather passive for a minute. Let's see. Do we have Reaver tech or anything? No, it's just observers so far. We don't really know the tech that he's going to want to go into. You're going to, you know, I think as Protoss here, you just kind of play the map normally. If you play the map normally, like not too greedy, like obviously get your third base quickly, which that would be normal for Kickback anyways. But like I was mentioning before, you just kind of have to like slow a timing push and Terran will run out of money. So if you just take your 4th normally, you take your 5th normally, and normally that's the point of contention, right? Is as you take that 5th base, a timing attack might move out at that time. So if you can slow that a little bit, it's very likely that Terran's going to run dry. eBay on the way. Siege mode, not going to finish quite yet, but well after 7 minutes, so that's kind of nice how late he got that. We only see 1 additional geyser so far. Okay, and now Reaver Tech is coming up here. Yeah, there it is. Reaver Tech for Ruin. And with his observer flying up, he'll just take a look at it and say, okay, where's the missile turrets at? Can we get in here? Can we get some damage? 3 observers up here. Really nice. Pushes into the bunker for a second, but sees that siege tank as well. So yeah, there's very good defense everywhere. The Reaver can't really do much. And look, 4th Nexus. Really, really well done. So, like, on a more normal map, if your Terranness looks... And the thing is, this isn't normal, so it won't generally look like this. If you can figure out that they have their 4th on the way, you're obviously going to add a lot of gates, but you're going to try to gauge. Are they going to expand again, or are they going to try to attack me? And if they are going to expand again, and especially here, I think you need to expand again. I think you need to get up to 7+ factories and really think about taking a 4th base. And the thing is, a 5th after that, because these bases, they run out so quickly. Wait a minute. Is this a new version of the map? 1200 on the mineral patches. Okay. Okay, I think we actually have a new version here, which would actually make perfect sense. I'll have to look into that. But that's what this seems like to me. I didn't notice like a ladder update, or maybe I'm remembering falsely. Maybe it was 1200 before. Now I'm actually like losing my mind a little bit. But anyways, they do run out. They do run out pretty quick still. Okay. Anyways, more gates coming up. We have a lot of zealots being popped out right now. He does not have zealot legs. He has the citadel, but has not started the legs upgrade yet. Shuttle speed on the way. Additional gates being added. Obviously, we have kind of a nice arc here. Light getting up right now to 7 factories. And 7 factories, if you're playing completely defensively, 7 factories is the minimum number, right? Like, you can kind of defend almost everything with 7 facts. Certain super aggressive, like all-any type strategies, like if you're trying to take another base, you might need additional factories, but this is just like, it's a good count. If you're going to go fast 4th base, it's going to be off 7 factories almost always. So Starport on the way. Wow, very good scans, killing a lot of the observers that were in this area. And you can see now Ruin getting ready for yet another base up here in the top right. Very passive game, but not surprising to see on the map, and not surprising to see considering it's light, as he doesn't play very aggressive Terran versus Protoss. So pushing out, just throwing a few mines down, making sure that he's not going to be blindsided by a huge army running in. Bringing up some SCVs, probably to build a few missile turrets in here as well. All these little squares you see, you can build missile turrets on. It's actually a very nice add to not make everything buildable, but make squares, enough squares that you can actually have decent missile turrets, but you can't make like a depot wall. I think that that is actually a good place for map making to go, because we've had just mass unbuildable terrain for so long since Nada became the best player in the world, basically, is when they started just making maps that are full of unbuildable terrain everywhere. But that's absurd because it's like, well, I need missile turrets. It's kind of, come on. So I do like this trend, by the way. And a lot of this over here is buildable, by the way. A lot of the middle areas. Okay, 5th base is coming up. So what is Light's choice? Are we going to see him try to hit a timing push? Or are we going to see him take another base? A ton of cannons are warping in right now, by the way. A ton. He has like 7 cannons warping in. So like he makes... Oh, I kind of like the timing, though, when you think about it. He makes his 5th Nexus. And then he says, all right, cannons everywhere, so the dropship can't get me. One of the slowest games to get going I've ever seen, honestly. We're at like 12 minutes and we haven't had a real engagement yet. All right, a couple speed shuttles coming up. And Ruin has decided to attack. Not the worst time since he does have that 5th Nexus. It doesn't have anything mining from it yet. But Light's got an insane setup. Now, that was a great Scarab right there. I still think Light is going to absorb this whole army relatively easily. Yeah, that didn't kill enough siege tanks for what he ended up losing. We did see like some really good Scarabs in there. Definitely good control on that. And like the idea of waiting for 5 bases to attack is very good, but he actually did not have probes up there. So, I mean, maybe I'm getting a little bit nitpicky on this, but I feel like, was that ever going to be really, really good? But you do need to kind of whittle down the Terran army when you're playing this type of style as well, a little bit at least, as you get ready to get into your Psystorm. Now, Light moving out horizontally, might be going towards that 5th base in the top right. Setting up. I think he will take a 4th base quickly. And by the way, he's slightly lighter on SCVs than we normally see. We'll talk more about that in a second because we do have another attack coming up. Some Psystorms going down onto these siege tanks. Psystorms onto those vultures as well. And he's just picking off any tanks that he can right now, taking a bit of damage on his own army. You can see his supply is staying up quite a bit, 71 probes. Definitely can be supported across the 5 bases. I do think you need to think about a 6th base, but Light continues to push. A very decent spread here. His 2-2 upgrades are on the way. Ruin looks like he's going to get pushed back a little bit. Now, here's the thing. Look at this. We're down to 500 minerals, and we're down to like 100 minerals over here. So Light is getting much, much lower on resources. Even though he's actually winning every single battle, like, Ruin is just kind of trading anything he can. Trading absolutely anything he can. He's losing huge, huge chunks of army consistently, right? Like, he was up 40-ish supply. We're, like, even now. And don't forget, he's up 13 workers. And, like, he just keeps on... He keeps on trading. Light right now is taking a 4th command center, sending more units over. He's just about to run dry here. His main is getting low. See, he's going to run out of all 3 bases around the same time. So he is killing this top right, which is very, very good. Like, he's hit a timing push to kill the 5th. Now, if you hit a timing push to kill the 5th on any normal map while taking your 4th, you're going to win that game. Okay? And I think Light is going to win this game, but okay, there is a GG from Ruin. Okay. But just to show what I was talking about, right? Because that's like a normal, it's like a kind of a normal timing that he did. It's not exactly, it was like kind of a weird game, a lot of build up, very fast spaces. That's what Kickback is though. But you can see he is like, he can build, if he mines out the rest of this, like 3 vultures, right? And over here, you can build like 10 vultures, and over here, a little bit more, right? And he has the 4th on the way. So, like, not the greatest engagements from Ruin. I think this initial attack was off. I think he should have started mining first, backed up, let Light extend, have to remove some of his mines and extend, and maybe thought about counterattack, whatever. But you can see that he hit this timing and Ruin GG's because he's only on 4 base after this. I actually want to check the mineral counts on these bases. So yeah, 400 per patch. And he's actually got more per patch here than Light has here, right? It's just, you can spread your workers more, right? You can spread them out a little bit more. Yeah. I think even though Light, like, kind of slapped him, I feel like you can see what I was talking about. Where if Kickback stays in the map pool for a while, I think we're going to see really refined Protoss tactics on how to make Terran run out. Because, like, sending up here and trading your whole army out, this isn't it. If you instead, right, let's just jump back a minute. We'll just look directly at it, right? So, like, he had some engages and he lost lots of army. Okay, here he's up in supply a little bit. He brings up his whole army here. Right? So this spread, you got to look at this and know that this army isn't going to beat that army. But what if while he's pushing up here, you bring this army over here, you know? Get in between. Kill units at the rally or kill units that are over here. Stop him from getting a 4th base, right? Slow him down. Take a Nexus down here during that time. I think that Ruin didn't play this game phenomenally. And I think that there are a lot of options there. Let me know in the comments if you would agree with some of my assessments on this map. This was maybe not... I think this actually was, even though it did not go towards Protoss, I think this was a pretty good showing of some of the things I was talking about for the map. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. GG.